afternoon, and thank you University Grants Commission for organizing such a time-befitting topics. As already our President, Dhaka Chamber of Commerce, has mentioned a lot of the points, so I don't like to repeat again. So rather I'm going to the presentation. I hope that everybody will be acknowledged with me that 15 বছরে প্রতি বছর 9,66,000 গ্রাজুয়েট আমাদের নতুন কর্মসংস্থানে প্রবেশ করছে এবং আমরা সবাই জানি যে দেশে এখনো প্রায় 1 কোটি লোক বেকার বা ছদ্ম বেকার। প্রতি বছর 20 থেকে 22 লক্ষ লোক মানুষের কাজের বাজারে আসছেন, চাকরিদাতার কর্মীদের চাহিদার সমন্বয় হচ্ছে না। I think the main topics is coming due to cause of this correlation. As we know that there is a severe gap still industry academia. I am sure that UGC is took a right decision and timely decision to bridging the gap among the industry and academia. And if I am not wrong, this is the first initiative, and we also understood from our Honorable Prime Minister, I think from the day one, she also repeatedly mentioned that how to minimize the gap. And I'm sure that we always love to learn from the foreign university. If we go through their case study, if you go to their day-to-day activities, we must acknowledge that they are very focused with the industry. And I'm sure that that is why the University Grants Commission is invited a lot of the stakeholders. So anyway, I hope that everyone you will realize that smart manufacturing framework is one of the key slogan or the key necessity in our society. And we know that industry is fighting how to they should automate. So if university is busy to produce the graduate, that the which we love to say the certificate based graduate, we are worried about to get a certificate. But I'm sure this is the time to realize and must have to follow that no certificate, rather we should produce the graduate who should cope up with the market. So as I already mentioned, the government, industry and academia, these three parts need to come forward. And again, I must thanks to the University Grants Commission, because University Grants Commission is playing as a regulatory body and as a parents organization, whatever we should mention. I think whatever government is also taking the initiative, they must have to go through the University Grants Commission. So that means that today initiative government and industry and academics here, this is the time to minimize the gap. And definitely strong industry academia collaboration, more orthy, easier and definitely efficient, effective way. And we need to study and we need to see the best practices and other opportunities done by the other universities. So that is why I should say that collaboration need to be implemented as much as possible. As I must say that this is the one of the event where a lot of the agreement is also done between the industry and academia. So this is also a significant development done by our society, because we always know, and University Grants Commission is last 2 to 3 years, they are repeatedly, they also mention the outcome-based education, and it is very bad luck that our faculty is still yet not cope up with the outcome-based education. Because I must keep my full respect to the academician, but again, without academician, without faculty, it will be impossible to implement, as we love to say, that the outcome-based education. So outcome-based education is need to be introduced or to get connected with the industry. As we know that we need to develop the skill people. We need to develop our students so that they should fit in the market. I think before coming to the job market, they should know that what soft skill and what hard skill and which industry they should focus, what is their innovative idea, and which. So global best practices should be the one of the best component, as I mentioned repeatedly. Because it is very tough nowadays. You see, if I am going to develop one Google or Facebook, it is impossible nowadays. So what we'll do it, we'll find out the best practices what they already develop, and we'll try to get the data and try to get the information from these global best practices. As we know that the South Korea is a very small country who was completely dependent on the agriculture, and they were, before 1971, South Korea was below standard of ours, because their per capita income and our per capita income, we are far better than South Korea. But why South Korea is coming forward? And they are giving the leading in innovation. So if you go to the innovation in, I think that's in 2021, we will see that the 60 most innovation economy, the South Korea is leading the innovation economy. So I'm sure that luckily we have a very good connection, and University Grants Commission is also working, Bangladesh Computer Council and government is also working with the South Korea, and I'm the KOICA, and of course a lot of this Korean expert is also working. Few days back they also came and they organized some seminar from the KOICA. So I think it is our good opportunity, because South Korea, we have a very good emotional bondings also. And at the same time, you know, the Samsung, everybody know the Samsung now. So how the Samsung is also come forward. They already developed there are a lot of these component and innovation criteria with the university. You see that they already giving the highest respect to the university, because they believe it. Because students, those who are sitting in front of us, your age is definitely, this is called the innovative or innovation or creative minded. Because you see, from us, I think it is never possible to bring the innovation. So it is the time for our young students, those who are innovative, which Samsung is already doing these practices. So we should learn from the practices from the Samsung. And at the same time, as I already mentioned, because Samsung Strategy and Innovation Center is already making a lot of collaboration with the university, especially the University Research Center. I know that present scenario, Bangladesh, a lot of the private and public universities, they are fighting each other for the research collaboration. And a lot of this publication, Scopus publication, everybody is feeling proud that I have these sorts of publication. But I'm sure this is the time, how much research we can commercialize. If we cannot bring the commercialized, effective our research, I'm sure that after 2 to 3 years, this research will be a papers and it will be not carry any worth or any values. So that is why I should say that many entrepreneurs, great innovations failed. Why? You see, the Nokia, once upon a time, Nokia was the giant, Nokia, Ericsson. I hope that people, those who are students, maybe they also can recall in their early stage, Nokia was the pioneer in the mobile industry. But due to cause of innovation, due to cause of diversification, I think Nokia is failed to grab the market. So that is why, you know, the Tesla, that is why, you know, the new technology is coming every day. We do not know from tomorrow morning when you wake up what technology or what innovation will be coming from the new entrepreneur. And all of the new entrepreneur, if you go through in our country also, you see all of the new innovation is coming from the young ages. Majority of the cases it is found their age is 21, 22 or below 25. So that is why I should say the fourth industrial revolution is human-led. We should not make misunderstanding that industrial revolution 4 does not control by only the robot. It should be the human lead. So leader should be by human. That is why the education system, industry, academia linkage should be explored as much as possible. Because we know that industry always, nowadays what happened? The whole world, we know that the data is one of the key component. Without data analysis, I'm sure that if you go to the Google, I'm sure that today morning, which age, in which site they are visiting, how long time they are already connected, how much their fascination to visit some of the site, in which time, everything is coming with the data analysis. And based on the data analysis, these sorts of company always fix their future goal and future their strategy, and they already develop their technology based on the data. So these visual analytic and definitely considering the various problem, it is our responsibility. And again, I should say that the university, academia and industry need to come forward to bring the solution, because Bangladesh has immense opportunity. Why? Because Bangladesh has still a lot of problem. And that is why I should say that it has the opportunity. I just few days back, Mr. Mustafa Jabbar and me, we were just talking that, you see that as a minister, he is also from the entrepreneur. He is coming from the industry. And that is why maybe Nagod from Dak Bivag, I think that within few days or few months, he already make a revolution to the cashless society. So you see that the Nagod is coming as I think the second, maybe once upon a time it can become the number 1. So these sorts of, you see, the leadership in the fourth industrial revolution should need to come to the young people. And I'm sure that the Nagod, those who are working behind the scene, I think Jabbar Bhai in his speech, he can tell more better than me, because this young people is working. I think he already involved with the young people, those already work behind the scene to develop this one. So again, I should say, because once of the Dak Bivag, the post office, I think it was considered that people are forgetting the Dak Bivag, right? But it is again, I think there's a new innovation, new technology is coming. So these sorts of lot of opportunity can come forward from the university or education system. University should come to the ministry. University should come to the industry. And you student, I think while you also study, you should also come out with a good proposal that I have the capacity, I have the confidence to develop or implement these sorts of idea. So again, as we already believe that business, labor issue, and education institute, and definitely the national and regional, and all of the government sector, both of them need to focus in worker. You know, we need to produce the good worker, because we don't like to, I think people, I think everybody sitting in front of me, you are worried to get a job. But how many you are already serious to get a work? Okay, I like to get a, ami kaaj chai, chakri chai na. If you just tell it, ami kaaj chai, I need to prove myself, and my efficiency and my contribution will evaluate how much salary I have to get it from the organization or not. That's mentality we need it from our young people, and of course from the university also. So some recommendation I'm just giving as the university, you know, every university have some uniqueness. As I am always love to say, every university, every people, because God is sending to us in this world, giving the unique identity. Our no fingerprint, even we have the 10 fingerprint, right? No fingerprint has no similarity. At the same time, whatever people is coming from the day 1, 2 and the vanishing of the world, Lord, whatever people is coming, no fingerprint will be similar to anyone. So what a innovation of the God. I hope that if you go through this one, then we will be realized. It's really surprised. No people has, you know, the DNA, if we just go to the DNA, no DNA will be similar to other people's DNA. So that means every university, every institute, every industry has some uniqueness. That uniqueness, which is called the best practices. So what happened? The industry and academia, I think these sorts of best practices in the case study, we need to bring together. That is why I should say that University Grants Commission, which play the key role, they should invite that what best practices you are doing. Let us show, let us submit the report. And you can make a one judge panel and identify that what sorts of best practices is going on by industry. And I'm sure that if UGC is also sent to the industry, that what you need it from the university, let's come forward. We will design our course based on the industry demand. So again, as I already mentioned, the academia, the most again, the influential part of the academician. Academician need to get the proper training. And I should say that the University Grants Commission is also should realize and take the initiative to train our faculty with some specific area or giving the indication. Say, we just took one initiative in our university. In every department, we already mentioned, the 2 to 3 teacher faculty will be standby. We don't like to see any shortage. Why this 2 to 3 teacher will be standby? Because they will always go to the industry and they will utilize their free time to understand the need of the industry. Because otherwise, we cannot recognize or we cannot get the best practices from the industry, because teachers should go to the industry. I'm sure that you know that Finland is one of the best country in respect of the commercialization of the research. And in Finland, no teacher get the salary. I hope that UGC member and all of the people, you know that the teacher will not get the salary if they are not collecting the fund from the industry. So industry is giving the fund for their own survival, for their own research. So that's why I should say that human resource and best practices is coming from the all stakeholder, as I mentioned. It is the time, because the students are seeing the dream, and if their dream we need to fill up. And this again, as I already mentioned, that human led. So leadership quality we need to bring our student, because if the student getting the proper indication, the direction from the university through their study, I'm sure that they should become the good leader, because we need the good leader. But the problem is that in our society, we are seeing the boss. Everyone is like to become the boss. And when they become the boss, they forget a lot of the things. But I hope that this is the time we need to see the leader. Because that's why you know that a lot of this discussion is going on through the social networking, boss versus leader. I'm sure this country needs a good leader now. We don't need more boss, because boss is only, you know, they only command. A leader is always try to get the opportunity and utilize the scope. So anyway, I think some responses and industry academia, we took some initiative from the day 1 from our university. I hope that some few example I am showing that this academia industry relationship, and I'm giving thanks to the University Grants Commission from the Dhaka Chamber of Commerce in 2013 when I was the president. The lot of the recommendation is coming that why private and public university is not starting the Department of Entrepreneurship, but no university is coming forward. So luckily we took the initiative, and 2014 the former chairman of the AK Azad, I think he gave the permission, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Department. I'm really lucky that we already started this department, and a lot of our graduates between this time, they become very successful entrepreneur. So we also introduced a 3 credit mandatory for all of our students, employability 360. So students should learn each and everything before completion of their education, so that they should get their job before completion of their education. And we also value our innovation, and we already developed one incubation center. You will be happy to know that we already developed an entrepreneurship development fund. 3 crore taka we are keeping as an entrepreneurship development fund without any interest. Any student can take minimum 10,000 to 200,000. They can take it. So this entrepreneurship development fund is one of the most, I should say, the vibrant and effective step taken by the Daffodil University, and it is really effective because Entrepreneurship Development Fund, students easily get the fund. And you know that the Industry Academia Lecture Series on Entrepreneurship Development, I think if I'm not wrong, more than 14 or 15 Industry Academia Lecture Series we already are organized. So successful entrepreneur, they come to our university, they stay full day with the student, and before coming to the university, student visited their business center, talk with them, try to do the lot of the case study, and when they are coming to the university, full day they already enjoy with the student, and they share their practices, their idea with the student. And we are lucky that few of the people already, they are expired, and you know the former, our Anwar Hussain, you know the Anwar Group of Companies founder, and also the Latifur Rahman, and we are lucky that these two prominent businessmen, he's already got the opportunity to share their experience with our student. And I hope that a lot of you know that we are already giving the 1 student 1 laptop. And these 1 student and 1 laptop, we are not giving at the time of admission. A lot of people may misunderstand it, that we are increasing our student admission. No, we are not giving student at the time of admission. We are giving this laptop after 4th semester completion. So between this time, we have a lot of compliances. Lot of KPI we set to the student. They must have to comply this employability 360, art of living. They need to prove that they have the values with their parents. And they need to prove that they develop their video resume, and they need to develop their online Google site, and everything they need to prove it, and only then they should get the laptop. So by this way, we developed our students' skill and their mindset also. So anyway, we also work, and as thank you again, University Grants Commission. At the right time, you took the initiative with the COVID-19 from the Blending Learning Center of the online education. And we are also lucky, we work with the Coursera and a lot of other international provider. And we also develop our digital steps inside the university, Smart Edu, Go Edu, Blending Learning Center. And I hope that 50 plus module we already developed. And we also work with the Spiral Wall, one Malaysian company, jointly for a virtual gate, which is called the virtual hybrid system. Because I hope that we don't know, maybe next year there is another COVID, you know, the Omicron, Delta, and we don't know what is coming in the next. So that is why we should need to prepare ourselves to fight with the technology. Without technology, I'm sure that everybody will again not ready without technology. As Dr. Sajjad, Professor Sajjad is yesterday, he mentioned that quantum computer. I think the quantum computer is already will be coming in any day to Bangladesh. So when quantum computer will be coming, you can believe it, how much faster will be our life. I think Mustafa Jabbar is sitting here. We can take his mail also, he is here. So when the quantum computer 5G will be enabled, I'm sure that he is also the person who is already working to the 5G. So I hope that Mustafa Jabbar will tell about the 5G also, because he is working. So anyway, our innovation lab, 3D printer, CNC cutting, lot of factors we already introduced. And in every month, we organized, before COVID it was every week. We developed one startup market inside our university. Why? The students should get the proper interaction with the industry. So they should produce and promote their product through the startup market. And we also every year, ICT Carnival, a lot of the initiative, you know, this is the one of the factor, I hope that you should love it. 3 years back, we introduced the Teaching Apprenticeship Fellowship. Whole 1 year, before entering to the class, teacher got lot of training, lot of camping. So the teaching apprentices is one of the powerful tools we already developed. So what happened? Because you see, always we recruited our teacher from as the best student, but when they enter to the class, they do not have the much capacity to conduct the class. So students are really not enjoying properly. That is why we introduced the Teaching Apprenticeship Fellowship, and it is a mandatory now. And we are lucky enough that 400 plus university we already made the partnership. And I need to share with you the last few days back, we got a 76,000 euro from the Erasmus to develop one Industry Academia Linkage lab, which is 100% funded. And we are very surprised the confidence they have, the 76,000 euro. Before set up the lab, they already send the money to our account. So that is the development we already did last few years. So these sorts of, I think, Dr. Akhtar is also working with Commonwealth, right? Commonwealth, he also got another very beautiful fund. I think he also got the confirmation few days back. So anyway, I don't like to go through the lot of international events. We also organize like TEDx. You know, the TEDx daffodil is only Bangladesh, the one university we are organizing. I think this month, end of this month, the second event will be going on. So these sorts of lot of skill development component is going on. So lastly, I need to show this slide. I hope that in future, the people will not be depend on the robot. I'm sure that in a few years back, New York Times is already, they are, তারা প্রচ্ছদে এটা আমি বাংলায় একটু বলি, এটা আমার মনে হয় অনেকের চোখেই পড়ার কথা, যে নিউ ইয়র্ক টাইম প্রচ্ছদে এটা ছাপিয়েছিল যে একটা সময় আসবে মানুষ হয়তো ভিক্ষা করবে, রোবট হয়তো ভিক্ষা দিবে। অফকোর্স উই ডোন্ট বিলিভ ইট, am I right? We don't believe it. বাংলাদেশি পিপলকে রোবটকে কন্ট্রোল করবে ইনশাল্লাহ। এতটুকু বলে আমি আমার কথা শেষ করছি। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।